Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today it's one of my replays, and I'm in the Z-44, a tier 9 German destroyer. I'm on the map the Faroe Islands. It's a 3-point domination game. It's tier 10, with a few tier 8s around. Unfortunately, one of them is a sub. There's also a carrier. Now, I spawned here more like towards the sea cap with my division mates, but since there was no destroyer testing the center, I split off and I came here. Now the Kagero took the cap first because it was here a lot sooner, but I'm now taking it back. Now the enemy Kagero was spotted by our carrier and lost half of its hit points in a single drop about. Oh, it's so sad. Now anyway, the Kagero has wisely fled and is hiding in a smoke screen because of the planes. Now the thing is, the Kagero doesn't actually have much help here. Now the Z-44 is not a gunboat, it's the German premium destroyer that it's more like a torpedo boat. It doesn't have hydro, it does have 12-kilometer torpedoes though. Guns aren't all that impressive, but they are more than impressive enough to sink a 5,000 hit point Kagero, so Kagero is dead. Now the Kagero has briefly been spotted, I presume by potentially a hydro here from one of our battleships. Now I'm going to torpedo this smoke screen because the Kagero has reversed back into it. Now the poor Kagero, once again, it has no friends here. It's absolutely isolated. It was pinned down by the carrier and then it couldn't leave until I arrived, and now it's eating fish. It survived with 10 hit points, but 10 hit points are not going to be enough, and it wasn't even angled to torpedo back. So that's a great start here. At least for me. Now we've also taken the A cap. See, the enemy has a large force there, so at the C cap it's probably not gonna go so well for now. But this is fine, we do have more caps. Now for some reason, the ships that we had here at A have decided to leave before finishing their job, because there's still a Monarch, Friedrich, a Gröningen, a sub. Well, I suppose maybe people saw that there is a sub and they were like, well, I'm not gonna do this and leave. So I can't really blame them for that kind of thinking, I guess. Nobody wants to be where a sub is. Now this Friedrich is pushing in, and hopefully it will kind of keep going that way, because there isn't really anything that we have that stops it. Now this sub is spotted and it's surfacing, so I could try to shoot it. And who can say no to shooting a sub? Of course, that gets me detected. The sub is, I don't hit because the sub probably just dived again. Or maybe my shells just didn't hit. What is hitting though are my torpedoes anyway. I just showed myself for no reason, which is always a bit of a shame. But I am getting some torpedo hits, and I've managed to get into concealment. Now, of course, we know very well where the Gröningen is right now, and it's busy shooting me. So Gröningen has hydro, Friedrich has hydro, there's a Monarch. Of course, there aren't really any ships left here to help. Technically, there is a Mecklenburg and Tirpitz that aren't that far, but the enemy has to push in very far for those ships to actually help. And by that time I'd probably be dead. Also, if I'd spotted Gröningen here, right, those ships won't have shots over this island. There is maybe the Azuma left. So that's the question, is how do I handle this, right? Now that Friedrich is very low, so I'm expecting it not to survive. I do have a smoke ready, but obviously I need the potential hydro threat gone before that smoke becomes really powerful. But I'm confident at this point that the Friedrich is gonna go down, so I'm gonna go a little bit closer to the sub. See, the thing is, the sub can always just be like at periscope depth and then spot me, where I can't spot it back. It has to be relatively close for that, but still. If it... oh, there is the Gröningen. So the Gröningen could be pushing in, that would be bad, but mostly I'm concerned about the sub just farming and spotting me. I'm still going slightly towards the sub in the hopes that if worst comes to worst, I just need to disengage with smoke. If I can manage to get close enough to the sub without being detected, I'll obviously have a chance to take it down, unless it shotguns me. Which, you know. So basically, when you approach a sub, you just hope the sub's incompetent. Because it's your only hope anyway. Oh, I just got a Groningen. I guess it did not have Hydra already. Of course, you know, the Groningen wants to use Hydra when it's in smoke to avoid getting torpedoed. It probably didn't expect the torpedoes while it was in concealment traveling. So that's nice. Now I'm getting closer where the sub might be. Oh, yeah, there is the sub and it's surfacing. Now, the hope is that I can get towards its broadside before. I mean, subs can turn incredibly well, but the sub forgot about that. So it's just surfacing next to my broadside where it can shotgun me. And you know what? I can actually torpedo it before ES. It was turning its rear towards me. If it had survived just 2 seconds longer, it could have torpedoed me without me having any way of countering it. But thankfully this sub was not the best, so now it's dead. Ah, so satisfying. Now, of course, here is where this game is almost to an end. This Monarch is down, and as you can see, the enemy technically still has 6 ships, but they are all on the other side of the map. And while I am a destroyer and I do have a speed boost, it actually took me so long to reach the other end of the map that the game was basically over by then. So I haven't fired my guns again or my torpedoes in this match. I just arrived too late. This is a victory, so let's not bore you and just go to the score screen. So, this was somewhat short. Our division did incredibly well, but it was highly amusing. I managed to torpedo 2 destroyers and a submarine. Well, and I fed a battleship some fish too, I guess, but the other parts are more amusing. So, I hope at least torpedoing the submarine made you laugh and you enjoyed this brief little set game, and I'll see you next time.